What's happening? I'm just sitting here wishing that I had a lot more people on my channel, but I figure some people care about asking me any questions or anything about my tank. And what's up, Jesse? Anybody that's got any questions about what's going on can feel free to ask. Just wanted to open the forum up to anybody that has anything they'd like to ask me, or anything I might be able to help somebody with. So I'm really happy with the way the tank's looking right now, and it's crazy. This pally right here, the thing's got 9 new heads on it. Like it's really crazy. I'm watching this thing grow. When I first bought it, it had 4 heads on it, and now it's got a whole bunch more. So that's really fun. Looks like a few people are getting on here. For the new people, I was just saying, I'm just kind of opening it up to anybody that's got live questions, or actually, if anybody's got any advice. Really, the only thing going wrong with my tank right now, this trumpet coral, let's see, right there. That coral right there, the candy cane coral, has just not been looking too good the past couple of days. And that zoanthid in the back there, only a few heads are opening on it. So really trying to figure out what the hell's going on with those corals. Everything else is absolutely looking great. I appreciate you guys getting on here. I still try to do these live videos every now and then, just to see what, if people sign on. And my channel is growing. I want to say it's growing like crazy, but it's growing a little bit. I started out 3 months ago. I got 80 something subscribers now, so I'm hoping that it will grow a little bit quicker than that for the next 100. But it's still really fun, kind of a fun add-on to the reefing hobby itself. Trying to think of anything else I can tell you about what's been going on here. Oh yeah, I got a peppermint shrimp. I've been kind of, I wouldn't say I've been fighting aptasia, but I have had some aptasia. And right now, I have 0 aptasia. I have 0 aptasia right now, which is really good. So I guess I've been sort of combining the attack with, I bought some Aptasia X. That stuff's awesome. If anybody's having any trouble with Aptasia, I definitely recommend that. It truly does kill the Aptasia that you squirted on. For me, it's always been hard to get them to go, like to stick the needle all the way in its mouth. They always retract before I get to do that. So I guess I'm not as quick on the draw as I should be, but whenever I squirt it into the crevice or just around them, it seems to work every time. But I always kept having these Aptasia pop up after the fact, so they've already spawned before that, I guess. But the peppermint shrimp seems to be helping, because nothing is showing up anymore. So I'm really happy about that. Let's see what else has been going on. I'm really digging the mushroom coral that my boy Jared got me. If you guys haven't checked his channel out, he's only got a couple videos, but this dude's got some really cool reefing videos or reefing aquariums. His channel's Rocket Reefer, so definitely check out his channel. He just put up a new video about the 90-gallon cube that his wife has done, which is a beautiful tank. I mean, it's got tons of corals in it. So check his channel out for sure, and you know, give him a subscribe and a like, and try to grow that thing for him. You can see right here, Mandarin goby only comes out every now and then, so there's two of them in there. One's female, one's male. They hang out together. I was given the other one, and I said, you know, why not? I'll just throw it in there and see if they like each other, and they did. You know, I've already said this before, but I definitely have too many fish for this tank. But you know, everything's happy. Everything is fat and getting fed, and my tank parameters are, you know, pretty normal. So I don't have, you know, really any fish that require a humongous tank. So I feel like that I feel everybody's happy enough, and I thought about taking some fish out there. If I had to, I'd probably take you know, the blue chromies out, but I like those fish too. So, you know, it's just a fun thing that started for me and my daughter, and it's become more of my obsession, I guess. But you know, it's very fun for me to do this hobby. I really love it. My dog has to go out real quick. Yeah, looks like there's only one person watching right now. You know, I don't really expect too many people to get on here, and too many people are interested in what's going on with me, but you know, it's fun for me to give it a shot and see if I can get some people to watch. Just kind of dicking around on a Friday night. Let's see what some other things I can tell you about the tank. All the A-cans that I got from saltcritters.com are absolutely amazing. You know, this camera just doesn't do them justice. Normally they're a lot bigger than they are right now. Like this one right down here. This one gets really big during the day. This one over here, right there, that gets really big too. And then this guy down here, that one gets pretty big. So I'm really enjoying the A-cans. Those are my first ones. I got this one at my local fish store. It's not quite as pretty as the one I got from Salt Critters, but you know, it still looks good. It's just the heads aren't too big, so I'm thinking maybe it's a different type of A-can. I really don't know, so if anybody's got some advice on that one, you know, let me know if that's a different type. I've had a little bit of coral warfare going on this week, and most of it has come from this frog spawn back here. That frog spawn's on a weird, the skeleton structure is really weird on it, and it's not on a plug. And when I have it shoved kind of in a crevice in the rock, and it keeps growing, of course, and then starts fights with other corals. I finally found a place back there that it has a lot of room. It may not look like it, but these two, you know, the hammer coral and the bird's nest coral up here are well in front of that. But that thing I don't know if you can see it right here on the edge of the bird's nest, but it attacked this thing in the first position that I had it. I mean, it fell right over, stuck right to it. On the back of the bird's nest, there's a whole lot of white. So it completely killed parts of it. I'm not really sure if that will come back or not. That bird's nest is my first, well, it's my second one, but it's the first successful one I've had in the tank. But then it fell, I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but back here, back behind the bird's nest, that's where I've got my pulsing xenia coral. It's a little bigger during the day, but it's kind of shut down right now. But it fell over today and hit the side of that coral. It doesn't seem to have affected it like it did the bird's nest coral, but needless to say, I've got to figure out a way to keep that thing anchored, because frog spawns are no joke. It is very, very, very aggressive when it comes to other corals. So I'm working on finding a good place to keep that. But yeah, it's, I put live question and answer. That's merely just me attaching something onto the video. But if you guys have any questions, I'd love to answer some, and I'm always up for advice. Always looking to grow and become more successful at this hobby. Got a couple people in here. You guys leave a comment real quick and let me know who's watching, because for some reason I cannot see who is watching. But that's pretty cool right now. My turbo snail right over here. It's got a little margarita snail on its back. It's just, it's things like that just new stuff you see all the time that really make me enjoy this hobby. But yeah, so shout out to Rocket Reefer. Check his channel out. Carolina Shore Fishing is good. Seems to be a good bud of mine through YouTube. Midwest Reefer. Haven't made too many connections on here. I'd like to make some more, but Bubba's channel, check him out. Whoever's on here right now, if you got a channel, go ahead and put a comment and I'll shout out to you too. Because of all the millions of people that watch my channel, of course. I, however, am getting some of my videos do have over 1,000 views, which I never imagined to have that. It's just kind of fun to watch this channel grow, and I am almost to 100 subscribers. So if you're watching right now and you haven't subscribed, please please subscribe to the channel, help me grow it a little bit. If you look right here, I know I've showed this in other videos, but this clownfish right here, he hosts that Duncan coral. At a point in time, he was hosting this dude. No, wait, this dude right here, that Duncan coral, but now he's all over this other one again. So kind of goes back and forth. You can see kind of right here, I do have an anemone. I think that's called a Condi anemone. It's white, purple tips. It's really pretty when it opens, but clownfish don't like those anemones. They rarely host them. So, yeah, I bought it early on in this tank and just wasn't able to find too many here where I live, and so I bought that one. Yeah, has anybody got any questions or anything? I mean, got a couple people watching, but if you guys don't have any questions, then I'll probably wrap this up. Just trying to create a presence on YouTube and, you know, help people out. And I'm not an expert by any stretch of the imagination. Definitely a beginner. Still learning a lot. You know, I keep trying to sign off, keep trying to put this to an end, I guess, but people keep signing on, so that's kind of cool. So I feel like I don't want to leave while there's people watching. So this tank right here is, let's see, we started it in like December, early December of last year. So it's really not that old. It's 5 months old, I guess. Almost, let's see. Yeah, it's close to being 6 months, I guess, half a year. It is absolutely chucked, slam full of corals. I need to get a bigger frag rack in the back, so that way if I see something I really like, then I'll have somewhere to put it, because I'm pretty much out of room. What's up, T-Trav Reefs and Aquatics? Y'all check his channel out. What's up, man? Glad that you've stopped in for the wannabe question and answer. It's not really happening. But I'm here. I'm here for any questions. Everybody, I guess, just wants to chime in for a little bit. Maybe people are bored. I don't know. This turbo snail I got is trying to make an appearance right there. That's so cool. So I was, you know, before I put this bird's nest up here, there's a mandarin right there, a little guy. This coral down here, this Fabia coral, that was the centerpiece, and I moved it down to the bottom, and it's really working out down there. It likes where it is, I guess. No trouble between the zoanthids around it, and it seems to be doing just fine down there. That's such a slow growing coral. Like, I know that it's grown a little bit, but I don't think it's grown that much. I got that one from Jared, my buddy, Rocket Reefer. You know, it's a cool coral, looks awesome, but it's like it just doesn't grow. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong or what, but I'd like to see it kind of get bigger. I don't know. Yeah, it'd be pretty cool. So one thing I've kind of been worried about lately is the original pump that came with this tank, which I'm still running. Like, I'm thinking maybe I need to get another one in case that one dies. I don't know. Y'all tell me what you think, but I still running the original one. It's, I guess, almost 6 months old. Been running for 6 months. I've never really been pleased with the amount of water it turns over. I think that it would be much better if I had a stronger pump. For those of you guys, you know, with fluvials out there, let me know what you're using if you've upgraded the pump, because I think it's probably something that I need to make happen. Other than that, I think the only thing I'm really lacking is an auto top off. The diamond goby, Trav, let's see, I feed him really everything else that the tank eats. And I will kind of hand feed him whole freeze-dried shrimp. Let me show you. It's right here, if you can see them. It's the omega-1 shrimp, freeze-dried. I feed those, you know, I don't know, every couple of days I'll give him a home, and he just laps them up. It's like as soon as he takes them, you never see him again. I don't really feed any crazy expensive foods. I feed also this, the API marine flake food. I like to do the mysis shrimp, omega-1 freeze-dried mysis shrimp. For the invertebrates, I use these. Oh gosh, you can't see that at all. They're National Geographic shrimp and lobster pellets. Just cheap stuff. And for those of you watching any of my videos, you know the corals I feed them reeferoids and coral frenzy tiny pellets. I also do randomly. I've got some frozen mysis shrimp that I'll thaw out and do that every now and then. So I feed the zoanthids, you know, the cloudy water whenever I get that stuff out, and some of the bigger corals like the Duncan coral and some of the acans, I'll put some shrimp in there. But for the most, I try to target feed the mandarins and try to get them some food. You know, I'm pretty positive I have a healthy copepod population. It's hard for me to see them. Sometimes they come out at night. Sometimes it looks like there's none in there. Definitely have amphipods. Got a bunch of those. And then I've been breeding or hatching live brine shrimp. I throw some in there and they get eaten up immediately. I wish that those were bigger. I wish there was a way to breed something bigger. I bet there is. I just need to do some more studying on that. But I wanted to give the brine shrimp thing a try, and they're super small. I mean, I don't think they really do much for these fish in there. But and then for the mandarin, I put in ticker pods. I've done a bottle of ticker pods. You know, after I put them in, I never saw them again. So I don't know if they all got eaten or what. But other than that, that's pretty much it. Does anybody have any other questions or anything you want to ask? Looks like there's 3 people watching right now. I'll give it another couple minutes and see if anybody's got some questions, and otherwise I will probably be signing off here. And proud to say, though, that this live question and answering, well, we had 1 question, 1 answer, and then a bunch of mumbling from me. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and really, really appreciate everybody that stopped by, and anybody that's going to watch this video afterwards. You know, thank you guys so much for at least giving me some support. I really do appreciate it. I know that, you know, I'm not super great at doing all these videos, but it's just fun for me to get on here and you know, try to create a presence about the reefing community. Another question. Are you thinking about starting another tank or a bigger tank? Absolutely. I've actually been working on a sponsor, an equipment sponsor, but you know, of course they're telling me I don't really have enough exposure on my channel, so that's another reason why you should subscribe if you haven't. But yeah, I'm looking into getting a bigger tank, but you know, with having 2 kids, and it's just not feasible right now for me to spend that kind of money. But I'm looking at a certain brand of I'll just go ahead and say it. I'm looking at Cobalt Aquatics. We're trying to get a sponsor from them, and I'm looking into getting their 40-gallon long Seaview aquarium. you know, it would be a pretty big step up for me. It would be a little over 3 times the size of the one I've got. You know, I don't think I'm ready for a huge tank. I don't know where the heck I'd get the water from. I don't want to invest in RODI system yet because I'm not good mechanically, so I don't really know if it's easy or hard to install or whatever. But I would love to have a bigger tank, man. That's definitely a dream of mine right now. You know, I've given this little tank everything I've got, and I know that I love this hobby enough to invest in a bigger tank one day. It's just not really in the cards right now, but I mean, if it were my dream, I guess I would probably want like a big Red Sea tank. You know, those tanks are just absolutely gorgeous. I really enjoy looking at big reefs in those tanks, and that would be something that I would really, really love to have. So maybe one day I'll have something like that. But for now, I think the best upgrade for me would be something like the Cobalt CV 40 gallon long. That's a really cool tank. It's an all-in-one tank, kind of set up the same way as the Fluval. So yeah, that would be really cool. So once again, I'll try this again. I've just got a couple people watching. If any of you guys have a question, go ahead and comment real quick with a question, and I'll see if I can answer it. And if nobody comments, then I will be signing off. But I will wait around just for a little bit to see if anybody has anything to ask. Can't believe this clownfish hosts that Duncan coral. He's always sitting around there. Hey, thanks, Trav. I appreciate that, man. I'll check out your video for sure. And then, you guys, if you haven't checked out T-Trav's videos, he's put comments in here. Go check out his channel. He's always willing to talk and sort of hang out here on YouTube, and puts out some really cool stuff. So check out his channel for me if you would. You know, but for now, I think that I'm gonna wrap this up. And once again, I really appreciate everybody watching. This is the longest live video I've ever done on here, and it's actually been fun. I'm thankful for all the people that have stopped by. If you guys have any questions, please, hey, what's up, Bubba? How you doing? So that's the Bubba I was talking about earlier, Bubba Shinobi. Go check out his channel. He's another guy that's been keeping in touch with me, and I really appreciate that. He always drops in. His channel, or you know, his name's in the comments below now. So you guys go over and check these guys' channels out. Everybody that's posted, they put out some quality stuff, and been good. Yeah, man, I see that. I don't know what it is about it, Bubba. I want to you know, join those live streams that you guys are doing, but for some reason I always catch them late. Like, I need to figure out how to put a notification on it so that way I know when it's going on. So comment there in the video about how I should do that if it's possible, and I'll start trying to make those you know, those Google Hangouts a little bit. I actually tried to set up a Google Hangout for this live video earlier. I'm not really sure how it works. I mean, if you go, like, I looked it up on Google, and it said that I had done a live stream with Hangout, but I couldn't find it on my channel. The only screen I could see was the Google Hangout screen, so I didn't know if it was actually working or not. But I think that would be cool to do something like that myself. Okay, Reef Community Worldwide. I'll go ahead and I'll check that out, dude, and put put a bell on his stuff so that way I can join you guys more often. But once again, guys, thanks for everybody stopping by. I really appreciate it. And the question and answer has been fun. Yeah, but you're welcome for the shout out, man. Truly, guys, one more time, just check out everybody that's commented in the comments below. These guys have supported me in this hobby, and I really appreciate them. So give their channel a look, and subscribe to their channel and tell the world about these people, because we're awesome. We're doing YouTube, man. It's fun. Hopefully one day I can make some money doing this sometime. You never know. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. You guys have a wonderful night. Thanks for stopping by. If you liked the video, please subscribe if you haven't. And I'll be sure to keep putting stuff out just for you guys. Have a good night. Happy reefing.